Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to this video. Infinite Warfare beta gameplay in the background. I've been enjoying playing the beta. Unfortunately, I don't get to play it all the way through because if you're watching this video when it is being uploaded on October 16th, I'm on a plane right now and I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. So I've been really stressed this whole weekend trying to get some videos ready for my little trip that I have to take. And speaking of October 16th, today is my birthday, so I'm doing a little birthday Q&A. Woo! Birthday! Happy birthday to me. If I can just show this off really quickly because I do like drinking alcohol, and only drink if you're over the age of 21, drink responsibly. My brother got me this. It's from a company called the Lost Distillery Company. They are a distillery that makes the recipes of distilleries from the 1700s and 1800s that no longer exist, and they try to replicate the recipes and they sell them. So this is the classic Losset selection. It was a distillery that opened in 1817 and closed in 1867, and it is so delicious. I love the idea of a company that makes old recipes. Actually, a brewery in town does that too. But that's enough about my adult beverage. On to your questions. The first question is very relevant. Are you going to buy COD Infinite Warfare? I am going to buy COD Infinite Warfare, and unfortunately for my wallet, I'm probably going to buy it on two different systems. My friends prefer to play on Xbox One. I prefer to play on PlayStation 4 because my hand fits around this controller oh so nicely. I mean, the consoles are so similar. It's the little things like that that separate the interest level in the consoles just oh so much. Oh, and I'm reading these questions off my phone, by the way, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. But I'm going to be buying COD Infinite Warfare, and I do have to say, if I can be 100% honest, and I know people at Activision, so I hesitate to say this, they're great people, but I do not like the marketing strategy of selling COD 4 Remastered along with Infinite Warfare. If you pre-order Infinite Warfare, you get Modern Warfare Remastered. I understand why they do that. The pre-order sales are going to look really great at their annual stock meeting for Q4 or Q3 for that matter, because that's when they started selling it, I think. I don't know, whatever. It's not really cool in my opinion. They're playing off of the nostalgia of one of the biggest smash hits in video games at the time and marketing it along with a game that is 100% totally different from COD 4. I don't know if they could be any more different from 2007 until now. It's cool that the franchise still exists, but man, those are very different games, and I know a lot of people that are my age, I will say, I can't speak for the younger generation that plays Call of Duty. A lot of people that are my age are just buying Infinite Warfare to buy Modern Warfare Remastered, or to get Modern Warfare Remastered along with Infinite Warfare, because at this time, that's the only way to get the game. I'm sure you'll be able to buy MWR like alone in maybe December. I don't have any insider information, but I would assume they're going to release it alone, at least in a digital version on PSN or Xbox Live Marketplace. But as of right now, the only way to get Modern Warfare Remastered, a game that a bunch of people want, is by buying Infinite Warfare. So that's my little spiel on Infinite Warfare. I will say I've been enjoying the beta more than I thought I would, but once I am able to choose between the two games, I think I know which one I will be playing more. Would you change anything about your channel? I think about this all the time, and if you are just starting out with your own YouTube channel, or you're interested in YouTube at all, this answer might be of relevance to you. I would have tunnel vision for as long as possible. And what I mean by that is when you start your channel, if you start it in an original way that you're really passionate about. For instance, when I started my channel, I wanted to do funny things on Call of Duty. I wasn't particularly good at the game. I'm still not great at the game, but I just wanted to do funny things, and a lot of people weren't doing that at the time. I found other like-minded people that wanted to do funny things, and we kind of hit this trend on YouTube. That's what YouTube is. It's a lot of trends over time, and people ride those trends and become successful off of those trends. And I happened to do that in 2012 and 2013, you know, for the most part. But it was cool at the time for me and my friends, but it wasn't cool for a lot of people. And then slowly you get a community, and that's how you become successful. It's one of the many ways on YouTube to become successful, but it's one of the most prominent ways, I guess, to find something original that other people like, and then it just kind of blows up. So you want to keep that tunnel vision, because once I got larger on YouTube, I started to become influenced by what the community thinks about me. Hey, I don't know if I want to make that video. What will people say if I do that weird experimental thing? Whereas when I have 12 subscribers, who gives a fuck what they say? I'm just doing whatever I want. I'm influenced by knowing that my family watches my videos and knowing that I have a lot riding on this because it becomes your career. So you just get influenced by all of these things, and that tunnel vision that you have when it's just something you're doing for fun and you have no other way to express yourself creatively, that tunnel vision suddenly gets muddied. It gets blurred, and I just am still at the point where I have trouble, I feel like, conceiving my own completely original ideas, and it's a difficult thing to do. I'm not saying it's any easier to do when you have 0 subscribers, but there was just something that I felt like I just knew was good without any reason to know that, without anything I could point to on YouTube and say, look, that person is successful because they're doing what I want to do. I was saying to myself, I could become successful doing what I want to do, and it's just become so saturated on YouTube. To find true originality is hard. I mean, if you would have told me in 2014 that there was going to be someone blowing up on YouTube, surfing around CSGO maps, reacting to videos, I would be very confused by what that is. But it was an original idea. And you can't plan for the original ideas. You can't really copy. I mean, people can copy them. People do copy them. And they become trends, I guess. So I kind of was arguing with myself there. But those original things, if you just truly believe in something and you see it so clearly, even when others don't, that's so special. And I'm internally envious of YouTubers that can do that. So I'm trying to capture or recapture that tunnel vision for myself. I'm uploading more sports games because I do play a lot of sports games. I'm not particularly great at them, but it's my interest, and even if it's to the detriment of my channel, I'm uploading them. So sorry if that was long-winded, but I just want to preach the importance of blocking out everything else besides what you truly feel is the best. Not because someone else on YouTube is successful and you think that's the best because they do it. If you are inspired by someone, that's one thing, but if you just look at the trending page on YouTube and think, I could do this, or that, and that, I mean, unless you could do it better, don't do it. Do your own thing. Next question says, what is the most frustrating thing about your job? I would say, and this is a blessing and a curse, that it's 100% on me. I don't have a boss, but at the same time, I am a terrible boss, especially to myself. I wish I was a lot more disciplined. I wish I had the hunger that I once did to succeed. Once you taste that success, it's really hard to replicate the drive to gain that success that you have already gained. And I'm not a great boss of myself to keep myself disciplined. If I'm in a bad mood, I won't make a video. And I do kind of feel that is a good thing morally, to not want to push out content just because I know that it makes me more money on days that I upload videos, but to only push out content when I truly want to. At the same time, this is my job, so I just wish I was more responsible. Do you plan on putting out any NBA My Team content? If people want to see that, I definitely would. I'm not the best at My Team, and I haven't played it extensively in the past, but I know I watch a lot of My Team content on YouTube, so maybe I will. If you guys want to see that, cool. Have you thought about what you wanted to do after YouTube, hopefully 5+ years down the road? I have been thinking about that lately, and I have no clue. It is probably the biggest point of mental anxiety in my life. If I just want to crawl up in a ball and have the feeling of death overcome me, I just sit and think for about 30 seconds what would happen if I didn't have my YouTube channel, or if something bad happened to my YouTube channel tomorrow. So I have no idea what I want to do. I've been talking to Megan about that a lot lately, but I feel like I don't have a backup plan right now. So that's something I need to work on in the next year or so. Are you ever going to post more Overwatch? I would like to post more Overwatch. The Infinite Warfare beta coming out this weekend, I forgot it was going to come out completely, and I planned on playing a lot of Overwatch this weekend, so the beta coming out kind of took my time away from Overwatch, as well as playing The Last of Us. I know some people were interested in The Last of Us, which I was playing, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. I was playing on my second channel. So I'm going to post more Overwatch. I just have to play it. It's a really busy time for video games. Things are starting to ramp up. Battlefield 1 comes out in a couple of days. I'm taking a trip for a video game that I'll be gone for about 3 days. So busy time, but I definitely want to play more Overwatch and get some of those cool Halloween skins. Do you plan on making Battlefield 1 videos? I feel like I kind of already answered that, but yes, I'm fully planning on having Battlefield 1 on my computer ready to go and making videos on that game on October 21st. Who's the best big three in NBA history? Ooh, that's a great question. The best big three. If I want to go completely biased, I would say the big three from the Pistons would be like Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and who would I guess Bill Laimbeer would be part of their big three. But the early 90s big three, I do have to say Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman are the coolest big three of all time. I have eternal love for Dennis Rodman because he was a Piston. I think the Worm is an amazing nickname, and he has an eclectic, crazy style. I don't like some of his public weird stuff like the going to North Korea and being cozied up to Kim Jong-un thing, among other things. I might have had a history of domestic violence if I'm remembering, so that's not cool at all. But in terms of big threes, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, 3 Hall of Famers. You don't get much better than that. Is there any series on your channel that you used to do that you would like to bring back? So a couple of days ago, I uploaded a video called The Time I Got Robbed, which was akin to Awkward Situations. Essentially, I just need to bring back a series to my channel where I talk, and I think I'm good at that. That's what I'm interested in. So Awkward Situations was the series that I did that on back in the day, and then I stopped that because I felt like it got super repetitive and I never looked forward to making it. However, tomorrow I'm just uploading a straight Awkward Situations video. So this kind of predates what I was going to do, but yeah, surprise. I'm uploading another Awkward Situations video tomorrow for the first time in maybe 3 years, because somebody wrote a comment that I liked. Fave song at the moment, I go through cycles of listening to different songs. I'll listen to some new stuff for a while. I was listening to Schoolboy Q's new album for a really long time, and lately I've been going back and listening through stuff I listened to a lot freshman year. A lot of Miguel is on the playlist right now. Good Kid, Mad City recently, because it came out almost 4 years ago today. Actually, a little over 4 years ago. I think it was October 12th, 2012. I might have that totally wrong. I just feel like I remember that's when it came out, and I really like Good Kid, Mad City, so I've been listening to that. And not just hip-hop, I listen to a lot of trap mixes, just long trap mixes on YouTube. I like just hearing the sounds in the background, the instrumentals. I like electronic and trap music, honestly, more than I like most music with words. So yeah, just the old stuff right now. If you could have any of your favorite sports teams win a championship, which one would you choose? Well, first of all, let me list off my favorite sports teams. My college that Megan graduated from and I was going to before I decided to just do YouTube is Michigan State. So Michigan State basketball and football, which is not going so well right now if you follow college sports for Michigan State football. But Detroit Lions, which also isn't ever going well. Detroit Pistons, Detroit Tigers, and Red Wings. So I'm not the biggest Red Wings fan. I'll say first and foremost that their championships are the least satisfying to me, which is a real bummer because they are the most successful team from Detroit in the modern era of sports. And yeah, I wish I was a bigger hockey fan. But if I had to rank it, it would go Michigan State basketball, followed very closely by the Detroit Lions. And if the Detroit Lions ever win a playoff game in my lifetime, I might cry. I've felt that feeling before. When they were playing the Cowboys a couple of years ago and I knew they were going to lose, I got very emotional. They were good in the 50s, and then since the 1950s, before the Super Bowl existed, because the Super Bowl came around in the early 60s, they have only won one playoff game in 1991. And then they lost the next playoff game, and they have, I think, 6 playoff losses and 1 playoff win since the late 1950s. If that's your situation as an ownership group, you should be forced to fucking sell your team. You can still make the profit. You can sell it for whatever billion amount of dollars, and you can have the profit. Fine. Just get the fuck out of Detroit, Ford family, and do not own the team anymore. I do not want them to own the team. It is so ridiculous. Oh my God. I would be most interested in seeing the Michigan State Spartan football team win the national championship, although I think out of all of these, that is the least realistic, especially now. And then the Pistons are very close. I really enjoyed seeing the Pistons win a championship in the early 2000s, and hopefully they're on the upswing. I look forward to going to a lot of Pistons games this year. Those are the games I like attending the most. Okay, this video is way longer than I thought it was going to be. How is your cat doing, and what is the benefit of posting to Nobody Extra? Why split views to a second channel with less viewers? I posted Nobody Extra because I don't think people would want to watch older games on my main channel. I mean, it's just going to further cause people to unsubscribe. So I guess the real answer would be to negate unsubscribes to a certain degree, but also be able to creatively express myself through games that I want to play that may be older than games that are currently out. I don't know. I can't reason it. And yeah, so Finn's fine. I didn't answer that part of your question. Would you consider trying VR? I really want to try the PlayStation VR. I don't have the money to get it right now, but I'm getting some birthday money, you know, woo, birthday. So I'll probably get it in the next week or so, and I'll try it out. I hope you guys want to watch that. Favorite TV series? Right now, it's Westworld. That show is blowing my mind. Megan and I constantly talk about it. I was with some dudes this weekend. Well, that sounds weird. I was with some dudes at the start of this week, not this weekend, and we talked about it, and it's just an awesome show right now. I really like Westworld, but historically, obviously Breaking Bad was an amazing show. Where I really like Stranger Things, but that's more like a movie. It's like a 10-hour movie. And I watch Mr. Robot. I like Mr. Robot. I like The Walking Dead, although it is kind of dark sometimes. So hopefully they inject a little more humor into the next season, and I think Negan will be able to do that. That's my TV situation. Last question. If you had a pizza and it could talk, would you feel guilty about eating it? I would feel extremely guilty. If anything that you eat, if you heard the sounds that it made before it was killed, it would be really stressful. I understand why people are vegans or vegetarians or whatever, because there could be some guilt associated with what happens to these animals before you eat them if you saw it, but we don't see it and pretend it doesn't happen. So I guess it's just kind of sick and disgusting that way. If pizza could talk, I definitely wouldn't eat it, and I would try to chill with it, try to have a political discussion with my pizza, see who they're voting for. Well, they can't vote. They're pizza. They're Italian. Anyway, I don't know. That's a very random note to end this video on, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I want to see some more Infinite Warfare videos or COD Remastered. I might have something about that at the end of this week, so look out for that. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm 26, if anyone's asking how old I am. I didn't even answer that at the start of the video. Happy birthday to me. Woo!